at 10:30 a.m. MST, where we'll be discussing the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, right here on HGG Radio. Coming to a business near you. Yes, coming to a business near you. I want to say good morning to all our listeners again. I know this is about the third or the fourth time that you're hearing me say good morning to you, but we're now live on Facebook and on YouTube. So good morning to all our viewers from across the nations of the world that has joined us on YouTube, that has joined us on Facebook. I am the host, Odette Thompson, for The Morning Flow. And for the month of February, we are going to be featuring some Black business owners that's here in Edmonton, Alberta. And I have a guest with me this morning. The company is called For Your Glory. And I think that name is so unique. I think that name is so indicative of what the individual wants to say. You can tell that they are Christians because it's for your glory, not for my glory, not for their glory, but for whose glory, but for God's glory. So they're doing it unto the Lord God Almighty. So we're going to be having the guest here this morning. We're going to be having Stephanie and Shantae. We're going to be talking to them this morning, and we're going to just have a conversation as it relates to being a business owner of color here in Edmonton. So thank you again to all our listeners and our viewers from across the nations of the world. Yes, you are seeing them live. I want you to jump onto Facebook. I want you to jump onto YouTube if you have not yet done so, to participate in this interview, to participate in this little talk that we're going to be having with them this morning. So good morning to you, Stephanie. Good morning to you, Shantae.
Morning.
No, man, say that little louder, way.
Good morning.
All right. Good morning to you guys. Good morning. So I can tell you that this is actually my first time meeting Stephanie. I remember she was actually referred or recommended to me by a mutual friend. And it was years ago, actually. It's some time ago. It's just so weird. We've gotten accustomed to interacting with individuals via WhatsApp and every other social media that is out there. And so when you meet them physically, it's like, oh my goodness, this is the first time I'm physically seeing you. And it was just such a warm thing to see her this morning. So Stephanie and Shantae, they are business owners, and this is a mom and daughter combo. They don't look like mother and daughter. They look like sisters, don't it? They look like sisters, right? All right. So, somebody jumped up. As I'm seeing Sophia jumping on, and she says, "For your glory." All right. So, yes, we have Stephanie and we have Shantae with us this morning, and they are the business owners for Your Glory events. And we're going to be talking to them this morning. So, Stephanie, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that you migrated from Jamaica. Tell us how that came about, how you decided to leave Jamaica to come to, of all the places, Edmonton, because I know I get that question. So I'm going to ask you this question this morning. Of all the places, why Edmonton when you made that decision to move from Jamaica? Talk to us this morning, Stephanie.
Well, I want to say it wasn't a calculated decision on my part to come to Edmonton, but my other half was here, and it was a decision that had to be made for the family to keep the family together. And based on that, that's how I ended up coming to Canada, just to keep the family together, to give my spouse support as well. So that's my journey to Edmonton.
Okay. So you made the decision because of your spouse and family.
Right.
All right. I know the feeling. So you came to this cold place because of him. What a powerful man. What a powerful man. All right. So how long have you been here in Edmonton?
I've been here since 2014. I think that's around 9 years.
About 9 years. All right. So when you came here 9 years ago, was it a dream of yours to have your own business? Was it something that was in the cards? Did you have that in the plans? Or did you just come to say, all right, I'm gonna come here, work as hard as I can, and then maybe go back home? What was it like? Coming here 14 years ago, what was the plan? What was the vision that you had at that time?
The vision was to come here, go to school, um, get an education, extend myself education wise because I didn't have that opportunity back home. But I had already started the business back home. It was about 2 years in when I migrated here. After about 2 years here in Canada, I was praying and I was like, I was between working for someone and going to school. I was like, this is a lot. And, I was better mentally when I was working for myself back home. I was thinking, what could I do? How could I um, graduate over into doing my own thing? And I went into some prayer and fasting. And then the idea came to me. I don't like to say God told me, but it dropped into my spirit. Why not continue over what you had already started back in Jamaica? And that is how I started on this journey with my business.
Okay, so the business is coming from Jamaica. All right, so it is a multifaceted business, folks. All right, so we haven't gone into that as yet. So, was it all of the facets that were operating in Jamaica, or was it just one area that was operating in Jamaica?
Just two areas that were operating.
Just two areas. All right. So, folks, we're talking to Stephanie and Shantae this morning, and they are the owners of For Your Glory events. All right. So for Black History Month, we're talking to Black business owners, and Stephanie has indicated that she migrated to Edmonton because of family. And after 2 years, she looked at the fact that she had her own business in Jamaica, and she talked to the Lord, and that's something that you should always do. Always go to the Lord about your next step. Always go to the Lord about direction. And I love the fact that you mentioned that that's what you did. All right. So I want you to tell me a little bit about the business itself, because I know it's multifaceted, but tell our viewers, tell our listeners exactly what you do. What are the facets of the company?
Yes. So we cover hair. We do hair decor for anniversaries, weddings, baby showers, birthdays, you name it, we do it. We also cover catering, Jamaican cuisine. However, for now, we will later branch out into other cultural dishes. We also cover Empress Nails, that falls under For Your Glory Nails. And we do lashes by Purple Pixie. She's not here today, but we cover it's a one-stop shop.
All right. All right. So people, did you hear that? It's a one-stop shop. So they do here, and it's very hard to find a good um hairdresser. I don't know about you, but can I tell you, when when I just came here, oh my goodness, I had to learn how to do everything myself. But I'm so happy that now we have individuals like Stephanie who can do your hair. All right, so that's actually how I was introduced to her. That's how I was referred to her. It was someone who told me that this is Stephanie and she does hair. And so that's how I first heard about Stephanie. So they do hair. If you are having an event and you would love to have them cater for the event, right now they're doing just Jamaican cuisine, and we know we want to have our curry goat and our oxtail and our rice and peas and what else was
Aki and salt,
ackee and
yes.
saltfish,
Rondong.
and all of those wonderful things and rundown. All right, so um these are some of the things that they do in terms of catering. So she does here, she does the catering for your events. If you do not have someone to decorate your event, then you can also have Stephanie decorate your events. And I've seen some of the pictures of events that they have done, and they're absolutely beautiful. So don't just take it from her. I've seen them. So yes, 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 yes. So I want you to think about your events where you're gonna be looking for a caterer. We're gonna be looking for someone to decorate your event. If you want someone to um, do your nails for an event, did I say hair? I said the hair part already. And then you just mentioned the lashes. The lashes. Did I miss out anything? No, 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 no. All right. So I want you to tell me now. So you mentioned to me how you decided to go into business, right? So I want you to tell me now, what has it been like since you've been operating here in Edmonton?
It was a very rough beginning because when I actually decided to venture out was February 2019, and we all know what happened. Coming down in 2019, COVID hit. We were locked in lockdown. I had spent all this money to invest in these stuff, and there was no income coming back in, And then we had the restrictions with how many people you could have at a function and all of that. So, for my first 2 years, I would say it was very low, and I felt like I wanted to give up. I call it a day. Like, was this a bad choice? You know. But I had encouraging friends. I had encouraging family members that stood behind me. And to date, I am doing extremely well and I'm grateful.
Okay, so you opened right at the start, eh?
Yes.
Right at the start. I'm happy that you had friends that encouraged you, friends that were there to say to you, don't give up. And I'm happy that you stayed the course. All right. So, with regards to the experience in business, I want you to tell me a little about your clientele.
My clientele, well, our clientele is we have both Black or Caucasian, but it's mainly from the Black community. They have really been supportive, um, both in all of the areas that we cover here, nails, the catering. They have really been supportive.
Okay. Okay. So it's mostly the majority of your clients are Black.
Black, yes.
Okay, so all right, so tell me how do you spread the news about For Your Glory? How do you advertise? Do you use social media? Is it word of mouth? Is it referrals? How do you get the news across about your business?
Well, lately we have been looking at more social media. First, it was just like word of mouth, um, handing out cards when we do events and so forth. But now we are really focusing on doing more social media, having a social media presence. Want to jump in?
My side of the business with doing nails, I ventured out a lot more into social media than my mother has. My sister and I, we're trying to get our mother caught up on the social media aspect of everything. It's coming on, but for her, it's been word of mouth and it's been going very,
Very
very
well.
extremely well. For mine, it started with social media and then word of mouth came shortly after. It was the same for my sister. But most of our advertising is done through Instagram.
Instagram.
And for my mom, her clients, like, they take it all over the place. My hair is done by my mom, so I go out in place and people are like, "Who does your hair?" I'm like, I'll tell you. I just give them her phone number because she's a little more old fashioned in communication type ways. So yeah.
Okay, okay. I wouldn't use the word old fashioned. She's a little bit more traditional.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a little bit more traditional. But I know that social media is the way to go. And folks, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, we just actually featured some of the clips from For Your Glory events, and you saw some of the catering that they have done, some of the decor that they have done. You saw the here. Well, Shantae is here, and you're seeing her here, her mom did her hair. And can I tell you, I know how difficult it is to find someone to braid here in Edmonton, and to do it so neat. It's really neat. It's looking really nice. And so, folks, if you want to reach out to Stephanie and Shantae, you can always do so. We're going to be sharing their contact information with you shortly. But I want you to tell me, what would you advise? How would you advise someone now, someone of color? And I'm happy that it's not only Stephanie that's doing this. I'm seeing you, Shantae, the younger generation. You have given her the entrepreneur spirit, mommy. And so everybody knows, how we Jamaicans are. We're what they will say, we are born hustler. So I'm happy that you have not only you're not only doing this on your own, but you're pulling the family in. So I want you to talk to me, talk to our audience, talk to our listeners, and let them know if they're thinking of going into business, what would your advice be?
First and foremost, seek God, because timing is definitely a factor. So seek God. That's what I did. I sought God. The other thing, don't go in it for the money. If you have a passion, act on your passion. Because if you're just doing it for the money, shortly after you lose the drive to go out and to continue on, you know. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. The word of God says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And just take that as your motto every morning. You speak that to yourself and you go forward. You start out a business, it might look slow. It might look like it's not going anywhere, but just give it some time. Give it some time. And just put your all. Whatever you do, whatever you just commit to it and give it your all.
All right, awesome, awesome. Something popped in my head just now when you're talking, and I want to ask you. All right, so I understand how you do the registration for your company and stuff, but I want you to tell me in terms of and I want to be as transparent as possible. Have you found any discrimination in any area of your operations? Because you're multifaceted, that's why I'm saying in any area. Have you come across anything of that nature since you're in operation?
Yes, I have.
All right. Now we're reaching to the bone of the oxtail. Tell me about it, please.
Yes, I have. And funny enough, it's our own people.
Hmm.
Yes, it's our own people. And in fact, I was doing one event and the person was hell bent on finding out who the owner was. And as soon as they found out who the owner was, then all the negative started spewing out, and persons actually came to the event to inspect, not to enjoy what was going on, and to be critiques. So I have experienced it. I actually have two occasion where that happened, and surprisingly, it was from my very own.
Oh, wow. And you would not have thought that that would have come from there, and that's surprising. So, you see, the thing is that we're celebrating Black History Month, but we also have to understand that we can be our worst enemies. We can be our worst enemies because here you have a young woman that is going into business, and instead of lifting her hand like how Aaron lifted the hand of Moses to help, you are going to come in and critique, and you're going to come in and tear down. And that's something that we have to get over. It's something that's not talked about, and it is real. It is real because when they recognize that, okay, all right, you're the business owner. All right, let me see what you can do. And if it was somebody of another color and they gave less than what you gave, they would not have even critiqued it the way that they did yours. And so I'm happy that, I'm not happy that it happened to you, but I'm happy that you're highlighting it because it's something that coming from Jamaica, we're not used to.
Right.
Can I tell you? We are not used to it. And so when you come here and you would think that, oh my goodness, we're all black. And you're thinking that, man, we're going to get the support because you see all these black people. And then when you realize that it is another race that is going to support you more than your own, so people, we need to get over the tear down and they said the crab in a barrel mentality. I hope that most of my listeners on here do understand what I'm saying when I say that. But it does happen. But I'm happy that you saw the hurdle and you overcame the hurdle. All right, Shantae, given the fact that you are of the younger generation, I want you to talk to me about um, your friends. I don't know if your friends are mostly black. I don't know if they're mostly white. I don't know um, what your friends what your friend group look like. But I want you to tell me in terms of you doing this business. And I know you do the nails part of it, and I know how the nails. Yes, man. Oh my goodness, because I have two daughters, so I understand the nails it's a must. Can I tell you, it is a must. It's more than food, right? So it is. All right. So I want you to talk to me about your friends. Do you get support from your friends? Is it friends of color, friends of other ethnic group? Tell me about your age group and what it's like being a black business owner.
Yeah. So when I started initially, it was a little difficult getting my friends to, because I needed people to practice on to build my skills. It was a little bit difficult in the beginning to get my friends, but um, that there were things that transpired and friendships changed a little bit. And with the friends that I had acquired since starting up and them seeing my work and seeing the potential that I had, I feel like God really gave me a community of people that were really invested in me growing my business. So I would have them come and I would practice on them, and they'd go and they'd be like, wow, wow, this is so nice. And then they go out and they're so proud to be able to say, my friend did this on me.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing my skill grow over the past 2 years that I've been operating, they've just been continually sewing in me. And that ended up attracting people of all ages to my business. But my largest demographic, I think, is around teens from high school to my age group.
Mm-hmm.
But I've attracted people of all ages, and everyone has just been extremely supportive. My friend group is mostly black, but even my black friends and my black clients are inviting their friends of other ethnic groups. And then they're inviting other people as well. So I have a pretty wide demographic of people that I reach.
Okay, awesome. I'm absolutely loving it. All right, so if someone would love to contact you for an event or for their hair or for some catering, how would they reach out to you?
They can text, call, or send a DM. Phone number is 780-803-0307 or 780-655-3545. Our Instagram page is For Your Glory, HCAD. And it's for the nails, it's Empress Nails.
All right, so for the nails, it's Empress Nails, and that's on Instagram.
Yes.
So jump over to Instagram, folks, and check out Empress Nails. If you're here in Edmonton and you have an event coming up and you want your nails to be done, you can jump over to Instagram, and I'm sure that you can connect with Shantae, and I know she'll book you in. Just tell them that you heard the interview on HGG Radio. All right. So if you wanted to also call for an event, if you have an event coming up, as she had mentioned before, if you have a baby shower, if you have bridal shower, if you have what birthdays, weddings, all of those fun stuff, and we have summer coming up, so you know that we're gonna be outside soon. You can jump on repeat
on Instagram at For Your Glory, HCAD, or Empress Nails,
All right. So For Your Glory,
HCAD.
HCAD. HCAD. All
Area
right.
74.
So jump onto Instagram For Your Glory, HCAD, and that's how you can connect with For Your Glory events, and you can start planning your event from now. When you start planning an event from now, it takes the worry out of the planning. All right. So remember that Stephanie, she does the catering, she does the decor, and if you're gonna want somebody to do your hair, and if you want somebody to do your nails, and then you want somebody to do your lashes, oh my goodness, the only thing they leave is your dress and your shoes. Right? That's the only thing that's left. So it's basically a one-stop shop, and it's family owned. That is the awesome part of it. It is family owned, and I'm loving the fact that Stephanie, you are leading by example. You are showing your daughter how to do it, how to be a strong Black woman. I know that term is overused, but you're showing her how to be a strong, independent Black woman, and how to hold her own. And I want to thank you for that. And also the fact that you prayed before you went into business, that's also leading by example, showing her that she needs to go to the Lord before she makes a decision. And so I want to thank you for your work. I want to thank you that you've allowed the Lord to lead you. And people, remember, For Your Glory, HCAD on Instagram. For Your Glory, HCAD. Jump onto Instagram. And even if you're not in Edmonton and you're going to contact them regarding an event, you're not in Edmonton, go on to Instagram and follow the page. Follow the page, right? Because guess what? At some point in time, you may have a friend or a family member that's in Edmonton, and you can say, you know what? I listened to this interview and I follow this page in Edmonton, and they can do this and that, and all of these wonderful things. So I want you to jump onto Instagram and go and follow For Your Glory HCAD, and you can connect with Stephanie. You can connect with Stephanie, and you can get all of your events and all of those wonderful catering done. All right, I'm seeing Crystal jumping on, and she says, "Yay, go Stephanie. You guys are awesome." So yes, so Crystal, who is right here in Edmonton, she can attest to the fact that Stephanie is awesome. And I'm seeing Sophia also. Ah, yes, man. Yes, Sophia is very active, and Sophia is loving it. So, Sophia, you see, when this interview is done, I want you to share it to everybody that's in Edmonton, and let them know that For Your Glory events is here, and it's here to stay. Right? It's here, and it's here to stay. And I pray that the Lord will enlarge your territory, that the next time we have you on, we will hear. All right. Already sharing. Thank you, Sophia. All right. I pray that the Lord will enlarge your territory, and He will go before you and open doors, that you will start catering to persons that you never knew that even existed, that your names will go into rooms before you go into rooms. All right. So God bless you. Thank you so much for coming on to HGG Radio this morning. Again, folks, For Your Glory events, HCAD on Instagram. All right. Jump onto Instagram, and I'm going to be sharing it throughout the program today. It has been a wonderful interview with you, Stephanie and Shantae. And you know what? So now, I'm thinking, because guess what? I mentioned earlier that my daughter is not here anymore, right? And I used to go to her nail people. So now look at God. Look at God. Look, dear. Just drop her right in my lap. So now I had no idea that your daughter does nails. All right. So see, dear. All right. So people, jump on to Instagram For Your Glory events, HCAD, and you can connect with Stephanie for that event that is coming up. You know the event that I'm talking about, man. That event that is coming up. And you want some Jamaican food. That same event. All right. So God bless you. God bless you both, Stephanie and Shantae. And thank you again for being such a wonderful example to all the females out there, And if you're here in Edmonton and you had something going on in Jamaica, what do we say? You turn your on and make fashion, right? All right. Shanti, you don't know that term, don't you? Oh my goodness. I'm seeing, Stephanie, I see some comments here, I see comments here that you said Stephanie sings beautifully as well. All right. All right. So you want a singer for the event. Both of them can sing. You want singers for the event. All right. So see there, even the entertainment you can get. So folks, jump onto For Your Glory Events, HCAD on Instagram. It has been awesome, guys. Thank you again for coming on to HGG Radio. Thank you to all our listeners from across the nations of the world for staying tuned with this interview this morning. Thank you to all our viewers across the social media platform of Facebook and YouTube. We do appreciate you. And so I want you to go ahead and share this interview with someone and tell them about For Your Glory events, because we need to support each other. Amen? All right. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And thank you again for being a part of our Black History Month as we celebrate Black entrepreneurs. All right. God bless you. And we're going to sign off now from our live feed, and we're jumping back to HGG Radio. We're going to be worshiping the Lord in the beauty of holiness. But thank you again for coming in. Thank you again to all our listeners. If you are watching the live feed and you have not yet downloaded the HGG app, jump onto your Google Store, jump onto your Apple Store, download HGG Radio, and you can hear gospel 24 hours a day. All right. God bless you. Signing off from Facebook, signing off from YouTube. See you on the radio side.